Hi everyone, it's Rachel back with the Shades of Orange, and today I'm here to do a book haul along with a glasses try-on. Full disclosure, this is a video involving sponsorship. It is something that I don't normally do on my channel. Honestly, I turn down 99% of the promotion emails that I receive, but in this case, I really do honestly need a new pair of glasses. I'll get to that in a moment. So I did accept this particular chance to team up with the company Zniff, and so I'm going to be trying on some glasses. I also hope you stick around for the book haul because I've got a whole bunch of books. Pretty much all of them I bought myself, including horror, thrillers, science fiction, and fantasy. And all that being said, let's get started. So as I mentioned, I did accept this sponsorship because of the fact that I really do need new glasses. And if you're watching this video, you're probably going, well, what's wrong with your glasses? And it's the fact that the pair I'm wearing is not my current pair. It's not my prescription. They're actually quite blurry. I bought these glasses years ago, and since then my eyes have gotten a lot worse. So this here is my actual pair of glasses, and they're also very dirty, which is a separate issue. But if you look at them, the frame as well as the glass itself is broken, and that's because I have a toddler who last year decided that it would be fun to throw mama's glasses away, and they broke. And of course, because that's not covered in warranty, I've been dealing with these, waiting impatiently for my insurance to kick in so I can get a new pair, but that's still not for another 6 months. And honestly, it's embarrassing going out in public with cracked glasses, and my prescription is so bad that it's so expensive. So typically, if I go through my optometry office, it's like $800 to get new glasses. My insurance typically pays for half, but if I buy them right now, I'd have to buy it all out of pocket. So it really seemed like a good opportunity. All that being said, let me show you the glasses. Now, I hate to admit this is actually the second time I'm filming this video because I did a bad thing and deleted everything on my SD card. My husband is currently downstairs trying to restore it, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the first time I did my unpackaging, I actually pulled it right out of these boxes, which were super cute, came in the mail. So I have seen these glasses now. It's not my first reaction, but I'm still excited to show them to you. So with this sponsorship, partnership, whatever you want to call it, they did send me 2 prescription glasses in exchange for doing this unpackaging, but otherwise I received no financial kickback whether or not you use my links, but I will have them listed down below because it just lets them know that you came from watching my video if you do want to check them out for yourself. I'm going to show you the first pair here, and I kind of forgot what I had ordered. So this is pair number 1. Let me know what you think. I'll say that they're really nice and clear. I have, like I said, a really tough prescription, and I also have astigmatism, and yeah, these look really sharp in terms of like what I'm actually visually seeing. I'm not quite used to the cat eyes, so I don't know. This pair is darker. My personal preference is this second pair, but of course I'd love to know from all of you which pair do you prefer, because obviously I can kind of pick out which pair I use on camera. And personally, this one I just think really kind of fits my face. I love the coloration. It's a little bit lighter than I'm normally used to wearing, but I think it just suits, I don't know, I think I really like this pair. So this is my preference, but again, I'd love to hear from all of you. In terms of the services, I thought it was really well done. I messed up when I gave them my prescription and actually messed up my numbers, and they actually messaged me back saying, I don't think that's right. And in terms of shipping, it was about 4 weeks, which did feel long, but I actually remember last time I ordered glasses from my optometrist, they actually took 4 weeks as well because they kept breaking my glasses every time they made them. So I actually had to wait just basically about the same amount of time. And yeah, basically this was just a really good opportunity for me to try out an online service. I've always been really nervous about doing this kind of thing, and that's just because, again, I have bad eyes, so I always felt like I had to go through the optometrist, but my friends have been laughing at me for years, saying that I'm paying way too much for my glasses. And I will say, honestly, I'm really impressed by this. I do think that these really feel accurate to my proper prescription. Everything is very clear and concise, which is really nice, so I can actually read everything that's in front of me. And visually, I thought, you know, like the glasses were great. There was a huge selection to go through, so not just these 2 pairs. So again, you can see that on the website. And yeah, I would say that I would honestly consider using the site again when I need to purchase glasses again, when I get a new prescription. And yeah, I would personally give it a thumbs up. I honestly do think it's a good service. It's reliable. They did exactly what they were going to do and sent me the glasses. And yeah, I honestly got no complaints. I'm quite happy with them. So again, let me know glasses number 1 or 2, which is your preference. So starting with books that I bought myself, these are ones I picked up online. I got a copy of Sea of Rust by C. Robert Cargill. This is the prequel to a book I've been gushing about this year, which is Day Zero. This prequel is set in a post-apocalyptic future where there was a war between artificial intelligent robots and humans, and well, the robots won. I really enjoyed this book, and because I loved the follow-up book so much, I really wanted to own a copy of this one. I also want to own a copy of Day Zero, which I'm working on. And yeah, definitely one I will reread because I love me some artificial intelligence. Along similar lines, or at least in terms of being science fiction, I also got a copy of Supernova Era by Cixin Liu. This is the same author who wrote The Three-Body Problem. I've already read this one, but I don't think you've seen my review. Essentially, it's set in a future where there's an apocalyptic event and all of the adults are going to die out. And so before they pass away, they train the young people, the children of their world, how to run their governments, how to run the world. And then they die and the children take over and terrible things ensue because what would you expect? They're children. I had a lot of fun with this book. It has pretty low reviews, but it was right up my alley. You're going to get longer thoughts coming in a future video, probably in the next month or so, so stay tuned for that. I also got some fantasy I'm really excited about. I have previously talked about this, but I got A Hero Born by Jing Yang, as well as the follow-up, A Bond Undone, and the third book is A Snake Lies Waiting. If you can't see, these covers are absolutely gorgeous. This is a translated Chinese fantasy series that involves kung fu, romance, humor. They kind of just have it all. They're just really well rounded. The fourth book is getting translated this year and I'm so excited. And I was just really happy to have these nice copies. They're all paperback, but they're just like really high quality with like raised font and all of that. And they're gonna look beautiful on my shelves because I'm starting to get into, you know, just the aesthetics of books. I always said I would never be that booktuber, but now I'm like, I kind of like having nice shelves and having like nice backgrounds. So who am I these days? I also picked up a few books from my local bookstore. So these I bought with store credit. And it's been nice that they allow me to put books on my wish list, and then when they become available, they give me a call and I can do curbside pickup. So I got a copy of Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. This is a really kind of old vintage copy, and I read this book years ago, loved it, and I really want to reread it because I think I gave it 4 stars. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like it should be like 4.5, maybe even 5 stars. So I'm definitely going to do a reread, hopefully soon. And yeah, I love dinosaur books. I love thrillers, horror. I love the movies. So I'm just really happy to have my own copy. I did a thing I don't do too often, and I bought a book I have not read yet, and that is The Silence of the Lamb by Thomas Harris. And this, of course, is the iconic book that popularized Hannibal, and I'm just so confident, which hopefully won't steer me wrong, that I'm going to love this thriller that I decided to buy a copy, and hopefully I'll get to this one soon, although I tend to read kind of darker thrillers like this in the fall, so might take a little bit before I actually pick this up, but not too long. The last book I got at the used bookstore was Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix, which I have already read. And while I'm a bit hit or miss with his fiction, I really love this book. Of course, as you probably know, it talks all about these crazy vintage paperbacks. But what I love so much about it is that it also gives a history of horror itself. And I just really love that. When I was on the podcast, Books in the Freezer, one of my favorite parts of each episode was really getting to learn the history of the different subgenres. Like, why was vampire fiction so popular? Why did we get into zombie fiction? And seeing the different trends. And Grady Hendrix kind of breaks that down within this book. It was a great resource when I was on the podcast. And it's definitely one I want to reread, and definitely a great one to have on a coffee table, although currently I'm putting it over here. But yeah, I just love the imagery, the pictures, and definitely makes me want to pick up and read some of these old vintage classics. Even though I know I do typically read more modern books, I do find myself slowly getting into vintage classics as well, and yeah, this book definitely gives me some inspiration on what to pick up next. And now I want to go through the books that I received for review. The first one being The Jigsaw Man by Nadine Matheson. This is a thriller that I talked about recently on my channel involving a serial killer that is a copycat of another serial killer called The Jigsaw Man. I liked it, but definitely it's more of a mystery than a straight up thriller, and you know, I just definitely have a preference for you know, one genre over the other. The other book I was really excited to receive a copy of is Near the Bone by Christina Henry. This, of course, was one of my top early books of the year, and so I'm excited to see if it's going to make my end of the year list for my top 10 horror books for 2021. And I just found out that Christina Henry has a second book coming out this year called The Horseman, which is based off of Sleepy Hollow, and that sounds amazing, so I'm crossing my fingers that I'm going to be eligible for a review copy. Stay tuned for that. As well, I was super excited to receive a review copy of The Smash Man of Dread End by J.W. Ocker, who, if you don't know, is the author of one of my favorite adult horror books called 12 Nights at Rotterhouse, which is one of my favorite haunted house stories, which is a genre or subgenre I don't normally enjoy, but I thought that one was so well done, so I've been really eager to read more of his work. And this is YA, or rather middle grade horror, which is a age category I tend to really like. So I don't always get along with YA horror, but when it comes to middle grade, it's really been working for me this year. And this involves a young girl who moves to a new neighborhood, a new house, and another group of girls is telling her that she should not go into the basement, and it sounds like she doesn't listen to their advice and does so. I'm excited to get to this one. I'll be reading it soon because it comes out this summer. As well, I received a surprise copy of a book called Bayou Whispers by R.B. Wood. I accepted a digital copy for review consideration and was surprised that they actually sent a physical copy instead. This involves a survivor of Hurricane Katrina who was kidnapped and held hostage afterwards, and then years later, her friends are hunting down her captives. It sounds like a unique plot. I'm not quite sure if it's for me, which is why I requested only a digital copy, but since I got the physical one, I definitely should get around to this one sooner than later, and if I enjoy it, I will be coming back with a review, so stay tuned. Finally, I was very excited to receive a book coming out by Nightfire, which is the new Tor Books imprint for horror books, and that is called The Last House on Needless Street by Christina Ward, which follows a man, a girl, and a cat all living in this house, and I'm very eager to check it out for myself. It doesn't come out to the fall, but everyone else is reviewing it right away, so now I can't decide if I should do it now or wait till closer to the publication date. Let me know what you think. It also came with this super cool box of goodies, and within there is there's jam and a little Tabasco sauce, as well as a cat toy, and I'm losing everything, and that was really cool to see. And finally, I want to mention the one book that I received from a friend as a gift. That was Mike, who sent me a book off of my Amazon wish list, and that is Love Sickness, which is the newest 2021 release by Junji Ito, and I'm so excited to get my hands on this one. I'm so excited to read it. I'm going to do it as a buddy read with him, as well as some other kindred spirit patrons, and this is a fantastic story, or at least I believe it's going to be. It's based around a town where all the women fall in love with this handsome man, and then they go on to commit suicide, and then there's also other short stories in the back of the book. And yeah, you know I'm going to be coming back with a review. I'm really hoping I will love this one, and it will hopefully become a new favorite of not just the year, but of all time, because again, it's Junji Ito, and I really love him. So again, thank you so much, Mike. You are so generous, and this really made my day when I found out it was coming in the mail, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it with you. So that's it for this video here. Once again, if you're interested in checking out the glasses, I'll have links down below. There is, I believe, 50% off frames and then 20% off prescriptions if you follow my links. It also just lets them know that you came from watching this video. Again, I get no financial kickback. Otherwise, in terms of the books, I'd love to hear your commentary all down below of the review books. Which one should I prioritize? And as well, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. This is pretty representative of what I typically read. So horror, thrillers, adult science fiction, and fantasy. And you can help me out by giving this video a thumbs up, especially because everyone hates sponsored content, so I know I'm going to get a couple thumbs down. And as well, you can share this video around online or hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.